Hi everyone, Monique here, Intuitive Soul Savant. Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new to this channel, just pop over to my playlists, Unpacking, Unchallenging Pluto Transits. I've made a whole lot of videos there that are relative. If you're having a challenging Pluto transit coming up in the next 20 years, you're most welcome to this channel, because that's what we're discussing. We're healing here. We're digging deep with Pluto to ascend to a rebirth, basically. So to all my subscribers, it's so good to be back with you. Happy Mother's Day. I just want to say that to all the mums out there. And I also want to add that if you're estranged from your mother, today's a good day to practice forgiveness and self-soothing of yourself and mothering of yourself and reparenting of yourself. And if you're estranged from your children out there, practice forgiveness. But most importantly, when you're on your own on Mother's Day and you have birthed a human being, you know, it's a very special day when you're all together. But if you're estranged, I just send my love to you. I'm estranged from my mother, and my son's not around. So big happy Mother's Day to you all. Now today I just want to make a short video regarding this week coming up. We have another Pluto aspect. I don't make videos on all the aspects. There's plenty of astrologers out there, great astrologers out there that do that. I usually pop up when there's a transiting hard aspect with Pluto, and this week we've got it. So as of today, the 14th, right through to the 22nd, next week, we have Jupiter squaring Pluto. So that's gone, that starts today, that energy. That's a tough energy, all right, especially if you're early degrees on the cusp of Capricorn, Aquarian, on the cusp of Aries, Taurus, on the cusp of Cancer, Leo, on the cusp of Scorpio, Libra, Scorpio. Okay, so Jupiter will be moving into Taurus for 12 months now. That's great news for Taurians. A little uncomfortable for Scorpions, because what with Taurus and Jupiter moving into Taurus, Taurians, sun signs, their lives will expand in this next year. And it's always exciting. It only comes around every 12 years. Jupiter takes 12 years to work its way around the zodiac. So Taurians will have a great expansion of life. But that means that Aquarians and Leos and Librans are going to have a square or an opposition to Jupiter. No, Scorpio, sorry, yeah, not Librans. Librans are doing well at the moment. My Librans are doing well at the moment, so that the ones around me, so that's great. Yeah, so also tomorrow, Mercury stations direct. So Mercury will be stationing direct. It's been in retrograde in Taurus. Lots of action in Taurus this last month. And we'll have Mercury going forward at about 5 degrees. So Jupiter enters Taurus on the 17th. Now remember, these are Australian times, so it could be, you know, 12 hours difference from these dates. So Jupiter enters Taurus, and you know, that's really exciting for earth signs as well, because there'll be sextiles to the water signs and there'll be trines to the earth signs. So that's good, Jupiter going into Taurus for the earth signs. And that's the 17th. Okay, so as soon as Jupiter enters into Taurus, because remember Pluto is 0 degrees 10 minutes, I can't remember the exact minutes, but we know that Pluto is in retrograde, heading back into Capricorn. And when Jupiter enters Taurus, it will square Pluto, and that's on the 18th. But the energy is in effect now. Now, Taurus is our value system. That's the most important thing that I find with a Taurus is our value system. What do we value and what's important to us? And then you've got Pluto in Aquarius, which is the collective. Okay, now Pluto has authority. The Pluto has authority energetically in this square. So if you are early Aquarius, Leo, Taurus and Scorpio, on the cusp, you know, born 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, those birth dates, you definitely will feel this energy because it will be squaring Leo and Aquarius and opposing Scorpio. Okay, now that is exact Jupiter squaring Pluto on the 18th. Okay, 18th, 19th, wherever you are in the world, 17th, 18th, actually. And on the 19th, 18th, 19th, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, Mercury will sextile Saturn. So Mercury is in Taurus. It has retrograded, stationed to move forward. It's on its way ever so slowly. So communication issues could come up this week. You know, whenever Mercury stations, either retrograde or forward, there's glitches in the communications, and communications is something that talks to another thing. So it can be issues with wrong phone calls, people getting mixed up with their times of their appointments. What I hear when a Mercury is stationed may not necessarily be what the other has the time they've given me or what have you. Or, you know, washing machines, cars, anything that's got a motor that has to talk to other pieces can go awry. And this is true. I've experienced this many times with retrograde Mars, especially on the stationary. So that's the 18th, 19th, 18th if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, 19th if you're in the Southern Hemisphere. Now on the 20th, in the Southern Hemisphere, on the 20th, we have a new moon in Taurus. Now that new moon in Taurus is going to be a great new moon. There's no hard aspects to that new moon in Taurus. It's actually sextiling Neptune in Pisces. It's a beautiful new moon. And that's when my website is going to be launched next weekend. So I'll let you all know about that. I've been working behind the scenes, rebirthing myself. So this website is a part of my rebirth. I still feel a bit nervy and uncomfortable that I'm, you know, presenting myself to the world. You know, I'm very honest here. I am a sensitive soul, hypersensitive soul. And, you know, launching this website's going to be great. And then down the track, another month or so afterwards, I'll be launching a Patreon community. So I look forward to announcing that to you all as well. So with the Jupiter squaring Pluto, we also have a fixed grand cross because we've got the North Node in Taurus, South Node in Scorpio, and that is at 2 degrees or so. So we have Jupiter opposing the South Node in Scorpio, and the North Node in Taurus has been squaring Pluto anyway, but it will also be squaring Mars in Leo because we've got Mars ingressing into Leo. So when Mars, this is all this week, so when Mars ingresses into Leo, it's going to be opposing Pluto. And this will be the first energy that we will have felt from a planet ingressing into Pluto and from Leo's house, ingressing Leo and opposing Pluto. And as I said, Pluto is the strong man here. So strong woman, whatever you like. So that energy will be very intense, especially for Leos and especially for Aquarians. And also Taurus and Scorpio. We're talking about this grand cross in the fixed signs, and this is where we're headed to. And fixed signs don't like to change. They don't like change. They're quite stubborn and fixed when it comes to change. So that's why this Pluto transiting Aquarius for the next 20 years is going to be testing, because it's going to be dealing with those fixed energies that we all have in our chart in some way or another, especially if you have the Sun in Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, or Scorpio. But those nodes are heading out of Taurus and Scorpio soon to ingress into Aries and Libra. Now, I hope I haven't confused you here. There's a lot of astrology I've just spoken, but let's just talk about the energy. So Jupiter, all excited to move into Taurus, to expand and bring up our truth about our values, our desires. We've already felt like that we've got a new project to move through already with Pluto in Aquarius. We've already seen a touch or tasted a touch of the new energy that is coming to us. And now that Pluto is retrograding back. So some of us may have had plans, and we had started things and we're all ready to go. But now Pluto is taking another dip back into Capricorn. And for Capricorns, late Cancers, late Aries and late Librans, they will definitely have more work to do with Pluto when Pluto retrogrades back into Capricorn. There's still more work to do. So I suggest take it easy. Stop. We've got the Sun going into Gemini. After all of this that I've spoken about, the Sun enters Gemini, not this coming week, the week after that. And when the Sun enters Gemini, it is going to trine our Pluto. So the energies will change. So if you're feeling stuck with your new project or your new direction, your new way, just take it easy. Step by step, keep going with your vision, by all means, but just beware of the energies and try not to get frustrated with these energies. Now, when Mars ingresses into Pluto in this coming week, and when Mars ingresses, into Leo in this coming week and opposes Pluto, this energy is quite tough, okay? And it can be quite violent because Mars is not free to express itself with the passion that it loves to fire up in Leo, because Pluto is opposing. Stop there, Pluto's saying. Hang on, I'm the boss here. No full steam ahead for you, Mars, until Mars moves forward and moves away from those early degrees of Leo. So that energy is quite tough. Mars opposing Pluto. You can certainly tell that Mercury has slowed down because I'm having such trouble with my words here. But anyway, please forgive me. I'm doing my best. Yeah, and I had a little cry this morning, Mother's Day too. So I'm a little precious. I'm a little precious today. But self-love and self-care, that's what I encourage everybody to do this week. So you get the idea. We've got some tough Pluto energy coming. Now, for all of us that have had challenging aspects from Pluto in our natal chart, we are getting used to this energy. We have been familiar with this energy. So when there's a Pluto energy, when Pluto energies come up for us, we very much feel them because we've tasted Pluto already. We know those energies. So you may feel like you're having a Pluto relapse, so to speak. Things that you thought you cleared, people that you thought you had released, if there's still energy in there within you, this week may bring that up for you, and it may be uncomfortable. But just be gentle with yourself. Love on yourself. Pluto is our friend. Pluto is our friend. And Pluto is transforming us to our potential. Okay. So I hope you haven't been confused by this. The exact Jupiter square Pluto is on the 18th at 11:10 a.m. here in Australia. So that would be the 17th for you in the Northern Hemisphere. So let's just get through the station of Mercury, and if communications get a bit skewy, take that on board, observe it, be patient, be still, and then Jupiter enters Taurus, which will be a whole different feel of energy. We will all feel that feel of energy because Jupiter's been in Aries, which is let me at it, let me go, right, it's all happening, no time to stop. But when Jupiter goes into Taurus, everything slows down. Taurus is a gentle, slow energy. They don't move very fast, step by step. And so that's how Jupiter will be operating in Taurus. But once we get past those early degrees, then Jupiter will be on its way past Pluto, and there won't be any uncomfortable energy that Jupiter in Taurus will be receiving from Pluto in Aquarius. So I think that's all. We have a fixed grand cross, fixed, stuck energy. And it's only for a short time. So just be gentle on yourself, be kind to yourself, and be aware. That's what this video is about. All right. So I love you all, and thank you for listening, and thank you for supporting me. And I'll be speaking to you in another week when I launch my website, and I'd love you all to go and have a look. And on that website, there'll be options there if you'd like a reading with me, and you'll be able to read all about it. And to me, that's I'm rebirthing. It's very slow. The rebirth is very slow. Think about when you have a baby. Push, breathe, push, breathe, push, breathe. And that's how I'm finding the rebirth. It's basically like having a baby. And what I'm birthing out is my potential and what I was born to do, which was to share all of the experience and knowledge that I've learned, you know, over the last 57 years, because I was a very early seeker. You know, I started studying astrology at 17. That's 40 years ago, and it's only now, after a life of really deep karma that I had to live through. But, you know, that karma has been freed through my transit of Pluto through Capricorn in the last 15 years or so. All right, so namaste to you all. I love you, and once again, happy Mother's Day, and take it easy, no fear.